Now, Prince William is a very successful man, and he can now add to this new title to his royal CV. He has been named the world's sexiest bald man. Though, Denise, I think we have some other contenders that we would like to enter into this competition, don't we?
We do indeed, my gorgeous hubby. I just wish that William would do that thing where he shaves off the sides. It's like, if you're losing your hair, go bald. Actually, come here, please. Can I just... Lincoln just wants to say hello. He's literally just walked in.
Hi, girls.
Get it off. Get it off.
Get it off. So I always think that you should just get rid of these stragglers. Don't do the comb over. Shave it off. William, that's ridiculous that he's been proven to be the handsomest, but look at him. He'd look much more handsome if he got these stupid side bits off. I love bald men. I think they look incredibly sexy and gorgeous, and I'm very lucky to be married to my hunky hubby. He's cringing over here.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but women are always talking about men and their baldness. And don't worry, guys, shave it off. It's absolutely fine. I remember, and I've never forgotten this conversation with a friend of mine about 20 years ago, a guy who was beginning to lose his hair. And I used to make jokes about it the same way that everyone makes jokes about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's all this stuff, chrome dome, slaphead, egghead, all that stuff that went around. And he took me for coffee one day, and he did this so nicely with me. He said, look, I know you don't mean any harm. I know we're pals and we have a joke with each other. But actually, it really, really bothers me about my hair. And I'd really appreciate it if you wouldn't make these jokes. And I felt awful, but I was really glad he did it. And it's really changed my attitude to it.
It's funny, isn't it? Because I think when I was losing my hair after having the baby, it's such a sensitive subject for women, and other women go, oh, my God, what, you can try this, let's do that. And you would never go, oh, all right, baldy or whatever to a woman.
Yeah.
Joe really struggles with losing his hair. He wears a hat all the time. Unless someone's professionally sat and done his hair for like a job or work or something, he will not, you know, even around the house in front of us. And it's not because it's not for us, it's for himself. It's something that he really struggles with. And personally, he was Mickey Miller in EastEnders with curly red ginger hair. That was a big feature of his. And when he started losing it, he felt like he lost his identity. So I think it's a much bigger issue than we give men credit for.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, although Lincoln and I can joke, and I think he looks gorgeous, you know, with or without hair. I think that you're dead right about that. And there's been times when Lincoln has felt less than confident. He's considered having a hair transplant. Only a couple of years ago, he talked to a couple of mates of mine who've had it done, because it's been quite a common thing now, you know, if people want to have it done. But I just think that I just think that baldness can look incredibly sexy.
Yeah.
And now he's just gonna, you know, as I say, get it off and stop having the little tufts. I think bald men are amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it does look great, but it depends how they feel. I mean,
It
is Mark
does,
cool
Mark
with it?
started, yeah, Mark is cool with it now, but when he was like mid to late 20s, he was absolutely devastated. You know, like he had this mop of thick curly hair, and then gradually this bit started going. And a lot of the time it is hereditary.
Yeah.
And then when he started shaving it off, it was like, oh my God, he looked so much younger. He really, really did. There he is. There's James Bond. Look.
James Bond. I'm voting for him for the next James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
I'm voting for them both for the next sexiest bald man.
But it is hard, isn't it, for them, you know, like losing it? Because, as you said, we talk about it a lot of the time, but most of the time they're embarrassed about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially when they're
Also-
younger. As you get older, then you learn to accept it.
In that article alone about William, they're calling him a slaphead. And it's
You
like...
shouldn't do that.
No.
I know, and you just think,
though.
how do they get away with using that language? It's because it's
That's
a man. You
disgusting.
wouldn't say that. Well, you would have hoped they wouldn't say that anymore about women. There's certain things that they won't say because they know people would.
Well,
will
Matt
get on
Lucas
top of
tweeted
them.
about that recently as well, because he had got a similar comment, and the guy's got alopecia. He says, well, you know, it's not appropriate. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the tweet there, which I thought was very measured. But he's absolutely right. I support him in that. But anyway, our loose laureate up in Cheshire has got a little ode for us. You've got 1 minute.
Indeed, I have. Indeed, I have. Sorry, I look, you know, there's the guy from Up as well with me, ring light on. Right, OK, here we go. I understand it must be hard to lose your crowning glory, but honestly, I do believe this is just part of your story. You've had your hair, all well and good, but now reach for the shaver. Don't comb it over, just get it off. Go bald and never waver. Bald is sexy and beautiful, so do not shed a tear. Look who wins Sexiest Man Award year after year after year. Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, Ross Kemp, The Rock, and these are just a few. But I have to admit to Lincoln and Mark, this ode is really for you.
Thank
Oh, yeah, nice. Lovely.